Tonight on Superman Suit Live. Everybody keeps talking about the Superman logo reveal. Let's talk about the texture, the inspiration, and of course James Gunn debunking more things. And, you know, he had to comment on that fake Superman image. Rebel Moon, baby! Zack Snyder talks about when we might see those director's cuts, and we might get them back to back. Box office, people showed up to Dune Part 2, and hopefully they keep on showing up. The Willy Wonka experience. Is there a movie going to be based on one of the crazy characters in that weird nightmare of whatever? We're going to talk about all that and so much more tonight on Film Junkee Live. Someone should make the Madam Web experience. It'd probably sell more tickets.
Lights out! Now you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Film Junkee Live. It's Monday. It's the end of Monday. It's the 4th of March. That's right. February, yeah. Let's leave February behind. February sucked. At least for me. It wasn't that great. But welcome, guys. Be sure you guys hit that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel already if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Follow me on all the sock beds. Share. Do all that. Comment. Everything. Hopefully you guys are doing good. We got lots to talk about when it comes to Superman Legacy stuff. We're all still, you know, artists are like making so much art. I love it. So much art about what the suit could look like. James Gunn's talking about a lot of things when it comes to Superman Legacy. And then, yeah, we got Rebel Moon. We got Zack talking about Rebel Moon. And, of course, box office, Dune Part 2. Can't wait to see it again. I think I might actually see it again this week. Seems like Mama Film Junkie and Brother Film Junkie want to go see it, so I might go check it out again. And then this Willy Wonka thing. I don't know. We got to talk more about that. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's insane. And they're talking about possibly a movie. Who knows? But anyways, guys. All right, let's see what we got here at first. We got James Noel. Yeah, usually I say that when I'm about to go live. I go, hello there. But anyways, good to see you, James. We got Jason right here. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, and we got Ryan. What is up? Mr. Nobody is also here. What's up? Everyone, Monday, happy Monday. Looks like Universal and WBD are in the rise. Where is Disney? Not so much. Yeah, it's kind of nice, huh? It's kind of nice, a little change of pace. What's going on, Jeffrey? Good to see you. Good to see you. Eric, I'm just curious what the runners of the Willy Wonka experience were even thinking. Probably something like that. I'm doing all right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad of a Monday, to be honest. Not too bad of a Monday, actually. And we got Cortez Huntley right here. Good to see you. Dave wondering what's the word on Twilight of the Gods releasing. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit too when it comes to the second topic, when it comes to this new interview with Zack. And he does talk about that. So we'll talk about that a little bit right there. We got Max Wolf Night Danger. Hey, Dave, what up? Did you know there is going to be a horror Willy Wonka experience movie? Thoughts? Well, that's one of the things that I'm going to talk about. That's the fourth topic. So we'll talk about that because some more details came out from that, which is just, it's pretty funny. It's all just insane stuff right here. You know, I thought about the first appearances of human-looking aliens encounters on Earth. Their suits were very simple, and the material are just bulletproof. Yeah, got something like that. JD McRae, what's happening? What's up, Dave? So excited. We finally have another DC movie starting to film. Yeah. Hope we can get a DC fandom. Yeah, you kind of teased it a little bit there. So we got Shane Baker right here as well. How many times you planning on seeing Dune? You're on your 5th viewing? Holy crap. Like I said, I'm probably going to see it one more time this week. I don't know how many more times I'll see it in the theater, but yeah, I plan on probably seeing it because, like I said, Mama and Brother Film Junkie want to go see it Thursday. So I thought, okay, I'll probably join. You know, why not join? So that could be fun. But anyways, guys, like I said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do all that. And we'll get into it right here. We'll get to some tweets. Got some things. Not too many. Not too many. I was actually like, wow, I actually wasn't like too much when it came to tweeting. So, but make sure that we get through Did I mess that up? No, I didn't. Okay. And first off, let's see, which one do we want to talk about? All right, I'm going to talk about this at first. This is, I kind of briefly talked about it on the Vodka stream, but it makes me sad. Makes me a little sad because Denis Villeneuve, which I always say his name wrong. I always have to put a little French to it, a little Pepe Le Pew into it. But I'm not mocking. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. You guys know this, but he obviously when you look at his filmography, when you look at all his films, it's just as the kids say, banger after banger after banger, right? Bangers. Just, is there a bad one? I mean, to me, it just seems like all his movies are just absolute. And they're not all the same. I mean, sometimes they feel like the same, especially when it comes to the sci-fi genre. There's a scope. And I watched Arrival this past weekend again because I hadn't seen it in a bit, and that movie is still my favorite movie of his. Even though we're all on a Dune spice craze right now, Arrival's still my favorite movie. Just the way that he tells that story is crazy. But when it comes to Blade Runner 2049, sadly, it still bothers him that movie, essentially flopped. Even though now it's like a cult classic. So here's the article right here. Let's see. Okay, the article right here. Denis Villeneuve still has sleepless nights over Blade Runner 2049. I don't think I will ever approach someone else's universe again. I still wake up sometimes at night saying, why did I do that? Because you were the right man for the job, and it was an amazing movie. It was great. It's fantastic. It sucks that that's the case. And it's funny because when that quote has been roaming around Twitter, a lot of people have been quote tweeting, go like, that movie's a masterpiece. What are you thinking? It just came out at a weird time. I mean, it wasn't the pandemic, obviously, but it's just, I don't know. It was interesting. And of course you could blame Warner Brothers a lot for the bad marketing. And they didn't really market that movie all that well. And you had all the pieces there. Because it's Blade Runner, you had Harrison Ford, you have Ryan Gosling, you have Ana de Armas, and she's 50 feet up in a hologram, butt naked. I mean, come on. There's a lot of things, a lot of pieces that could have went right there. So it's kind of like, it sucks that he still wakes up and is like, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. So it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Hey, what's going on, RJ? Thank you for becoming a member, sir. Good to see you. But yeah. Don't do that. And then it's funny, too, because you got somebody like Scott Derrickson right here. Scott Derrickson had lunch with a studio president recently, and Denis Villeneuve stopped by our table to say hi. After he left, I said, probably gets my vote for the best working director in the biz right now. The studio head said he's also one of the nicest directors I've ever known. Just a wonderful guy. I so loved hearing that. And we all love hearing that because he seems like he's that. But yeah, I mean, but no matter what, he's an artist, and there's always going to be things where you go, it just digs at you. We all, if you're a creator, I do it all the time. How many times am I editing my clips or whatever the hell, my videos, and I just go, why'd you say it like that? Or you messed up. You constantly are always your own worst critic, I guess you could say. But I mean, I guess he won't be directing somebody else's franchise. I don't know. He's probably been approached by a lot of people, so. Anyways, okay, what else do we got here? Okay, we got that. Let's see here. I'm like all over the place here. All right, got that. Okay. Who watched Saturday Night Live this weekend? I know you did because, we know who was hosting it. It's kind of interesting. It seems like when it comes to Saturday Night Live, last week they had Shane Gillis. I was almost said McGinnis. Shane Gillis, who, of course, if you know about that whole backstory, that's all been pretty crazy. But yes, this weekend it was, of course, Miss Sydney Sweeney. And, let's face it. I mean, there's been some videos roaming around, especially at the end of her, being very excited and just, thanking the cast and, yeah, I mean, those went viral. Those videos, not those. But yes, Saturday Night Live. But what's funny is her opening monologue, she decided, hey, time to make fun of Madam Web. It's time to make fun of Madam Web. Here it is right here.
You might have seen me in Anyone But You or Euphoria. You Definitely did not see me in Madam Web.
Boom! There it is. Thank you. Might as well just start, it's all over with. The movie's a bomb. Might as well just start making fun of it. Who knows if anybody else is going to do that. I'm kind of wondering if Dakota Johnson will ever, start making fun of it. I mean, her press tour was a bit rough. If you go down that rabbit hole of her being interviewed for that movie, it was interesting. It was interesting because it's just, I don't know. She's interesting. But yeah, that's good that she's already making fun of that, and she'll be okay. I mean, the Anyone But You movie, that's doing very well. I remember seeing the trailer to that, and I thought that looked awful, but apparently it's not awful, and a lot of people are enjoying it, and it's making buckaroos, and she'll be all right because, well, yeah, she's nice to look at, so I think she'll be fine, her and her two co-hosts. Oh, geez, what am I even thinking with that? Okay. So it's good that they're going to start doing that. Then speaking of Dune Part 2, did you guys see this video right here? This is cosplay at its best. Cosplay at its best. Look at that. That's great. You gotta love it, how creative people are. Guy's literally riding a worm in the frickin' movie theater. It's amazing. People are awesome like that. Got the hooks and everything. I mean, it is that is detailed right there. That is absolutely detailed. See? That's what you love right there. The creativity and the internet. Just awesome stuff right there. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw that. Good times, good times. Let's see. Just making sure. Like I said, I didn't have too much. I'm going to double check. All right. But let's talk about this since we're talking about since we've been talking about the Superman suit, the new Superman suit, the Superman now not legacy suit, and we saw what it looks like, what the S looks like, and the texture of it and all. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. Some images that I really was like, oh, wow, that's a little closer look at, the Superman Flyby costume, the Superman Flyby suit, which was once worn by Henry Cavill during his screen test at one point. But some of these were roaming around, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not a bad looking suit. It really isn't. It's not too bad. I mean, I prefer what's happening now when it comes to, at least with Man of Steel and what's going to be happening with the new Superman suit. But yeah, so these images right here were just kind of floating around, showing a little closer look of that Superman Flyby suit right here. And you know what? I mean, it's not too bad. You could totally tell that, especially around the waist area, the waist where you got the circle right there. I mean, that kind of went to the Man of Steel suit a little bit. There's some the Man of Steel suit got a little bit of inspiration, I think, from this costume right here. But I think the emblem looks really good right here. I like how it looks. It's shiny, popping out. And I always like it when it fits perfectly right there. It has the cleavage part. I think the armor stuff might be a little too much, but what could have been, right? When it came to J.J. Abrams' Superman Flyby, I mean, he was gonna change some shit that was gonna piss some people off, that's for sure. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought I was like, wow, I forgot how blue and shiny that looked. I'm not sure if they were gonna go with a full blue. See, because they got the boots right there, too. The boots are blue. I wonder if they were going to actually keep the boots blue, or they were going to actually make that red, make them red. I mean, it seems like there needs to be a little bit more red in there. But hey, I dig it. It's got a little sexiness to it. Not too bad. All right. I think that was pretty much it when it came to tweets. Yeah, I think so. All right, just double checking. There wasn't too much. Like I said, when it came to the tweets. How are we doing out there? Everybody doing okay? 2049 is a masterpiece. It definitely is. It's better than the OG. I know. I would say some people say that. Ryan Reynolds' Starship Troopers would make money. I don't know if you'd want to do Starship Troopers. I mean, they still are making Starship Troopers, aren't they? Aren't they still making some of those? Aren't there direct to video? They're making. I don't know. I know they made a couple of sequels and everything, so she's going to be in the Barbella remake. Let's see how that goes. Then she's going to probably have to be like, hey, If that doesn't do well, it's like, hey, maybe stop being in the franchises. Don't be in the franchise. The New 52 had Kryptonian nanotech. Yeah, okay. So there you go. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the main topic. Speaking of Superman suits, you going to work? My stupid Stream Deck thing's still glitchy. Yeah, it's not working. All right. I don't know why. Okay. I'll have to do it the other way then. Still kind of glitchy. I don't know why. Anyways, so how are we feeling about that Superman Legacy? Well, non-Legacy, minus Legacy suit. Well, the emblem at least. And, well, we talked about it, of course, on the Vox stream. Talked about how the texture looked, which was interesting because when the image dropped, and of course it was like, damn it, James, why? I had my screening for Dune Part 2 was at 3 o'clock. And I have to drive further. It's not right around the corner because I wanted to see it in IMAX, and it's not an IMAX theater right around the corner from my house, which is where I usually go, and that takes 2 minutes. So, of course, like all day, everybody's just waiting for something, for James Gunn to post something. And then he finally does at like 1:52 or something like that. I'm like, great. You know, it's going to take me about a half an hour to drive to the theater. And then he finally does. So I'm like, geez, of course. So, of course, I like try to pump out a real quick video to get it out there, talk about it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it shouldn't have mattered because Jesus Christ, I had 25 minutes of trailers and commercials in front of my freaking screening when it came to Dune Part 2. It's like, geez, nonstop. I mean, it was cool seeing some of those trailers on a big, huge screen, but it was getting ridiculous, man. I was like, how many more? And then, of course, commercial. But anyways, so yeah, when it popped up, obviously I made the joke that yes, it's looks like a basketball, but then at the same time, you know, when I had people, and I always like to get in the mindset of some of the people that just really hate everything that's coming out from this movie and James Gunn. Obviously, they're making the jokes right there, and I was just kind of going like, yeah, but we made the joke back when the Man of Steel suit was revealed, especially that one shot of him, the poster shot, I guess you could say, is the fact that you could really see the texture of that logo. And yeah, to me, and to a lot of people, it looked like it was made out of a dodgeball. So the texture, of course, it's just, we're going to have the jokes. It's no big deal. And obviously, when it comes to inspiration, when it comes to the Superman Legacy suit, we all knew that there was going to be like an Alex Ross kind of feel to it, especially with the Superman Kingdom Come logo. But again, obviously, when we're looking at it, let's see, where are you at? Got too many tabs open. Oh yeah, that's a cool shot. All right, so what's cool about it is the fact that there's 3 different types of Superman in this. You got the standard Superman colors with the yellow emblem with the red S, but then you got the gold around it, which is kind of like the Fleischer type of Superman S, which is great. And then, of course, you got the Kingdom Come S, which looks really cool. And yes, the texture is interesting, and people were going like, what's going on with that? Somebody actually asked James Gunn. Let me find it right here. Somebody actually asked him. Nope, that's not it. Well, somebody actually asked about the photo. He said, I didn't know if I should post this photo from my iPhone or the video or you rolling around in the snow in your swim trunks or to celebrate the start of shooting. So that was actually David Cornsweat. And then Cornsweat said, sometimes great men just make tough choices and tough men must make great choices. Some people... This is what's funny. Again, some people are already saying that this Superman with that quote right there from Cornsweat, that it's MAGA. It's MAGA because he put the eagle on the American flag and what he said right there. People are already trying to make it because, you know, how dare you even put an American flag or the eagle? Oh my God, you're getting too political. You must be super right wing and super Donald Trump MAGA. It's just really ridiculous. The lengths that people are going to try to shit on this movie. Yeah, they were trying to do that with Zack. Zack puts American flags on all kinds of stuff. Zack's an American. He likes to do all that stuff, and they were trying to do that with Zack. Now they're trying to do that with James and Cornsweat right here. It's absolutely ridiculous. So ridiculous. But yeah, there was that part. And then he, let's see. Okay, where is it at? Okay, and then this is right here. Is that real stitching, or is it an imprint like Cavill had chains imprinted on his spandex? And James Gunn said, real texture, not ink. So a little part around there's not ink around there. It's actually real texture. You know, there's nothing trying to pass for, you know, trying to cheapen it up a little bit and, you know, not make it cost so much. And they're just like, just like ink it up right here to make it look kind of cool. No, it's full on real texture right there. That's what it is. So it's going to be quality. It's going to be interesting because a lot of people were passing around the behind the scenes of them designing the Man of Steel suit this past weekend. And it's pretty cool because I even went down that rabbit hole too when I was editing a clip today, was seeing them design the suit and hearing Zack talk about it. And even Zack, of course, because the biggest controversy that's going to be the next thing is if it does have trunks or not. That's what everybody keeps on talking about. But it's also funny too because we don't want the trunks. I still don't want the trunks, but I'm to the point where it's not going to bother me. As long as it works with the suit, fine. Put the undies on. It's fine. If it works with it, let it be. I don't want it, but hey, if it works with the suit, it's not going to kill. It's not going to kill it for me. So obviously, when you hear Zack talk about it, he tried to incorporate the undies, and he explained why it's like that, because it's like the gladiator type stuff, like back in the day. That's why they put the underwear on the outside, and it kind of represented that it was like a gladiator fighting in some underwear with his big, his muscles. So he said he saw hundreds of drawings and even had to try to incorporate the trunks. Zack said that. And then he said, it just couldn't. So it's going to be interesting how they incorporate the trunks with this. I think the trunks are going to be there. But the big question is what we asked too, of course, when we were on the Vodka stream, when we looked at that fake photo, the short cape. How are we feeling about the short cape? Would you guys hate the short cape? I don't know if I'd like the short cape, but again, it would be different. It'd be different. I know the Fleischer suit had the short cape, All-Star Batman, All-Star Superman, which James Gunn keeps on referencing, has the short cape. So I'm wondering if we're also going to get a short cape. So it's going to be, I don't know. The world's going to blow up. The internet's just going to blow up. There's going to be madness on the digital streets, man. That's what it's going to be. Yeah. So I don't know how you guys are feeling about the short cape. After all the cape, like I said on the Vodka stream, after all the cape porn that we got, it's just going to be kind of interesting. Yeah. The Batman had a short cape. The Batman had the short cape. Yeah, that's true. I thought about that as well because his cape didn't drag on the floor. It actually was like above his feet. So it was a short cape. I guess it depends on how short the cape would be. Would it go to his knees, to the bottom of his ass? I don't know. So if it's not too short. But it might be a short cape too. I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, because of All-Star Batman. And I'm wondering if the logo, the emblem, is going to be on the back of the cape as well. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, there'll still be cape porn, just not as much. But what was interesting about Alex Ross, because something he tweeted something the day before, the night before, or the evening before the reveal of the logo on Superman's birthday, which is on the leap day. He tweeted something out, and a lot of people were going, why would he tweet that out? And of course, a lot of people actually thought he was calling out James Gunn for something because of what he tweeted out, and this is what it was. He tweeted out this little collage right here of his Superman matched up to Zack Snyder's Superman, and he actually tagged James Gunn with the tweet. Now, he deleted that, and now it just posted just the image, but yeah, he did that. And everybody was kind of wondering, what the hell? What is going on here? It's interesting. What are we doing here? But yeah, he took it down, probably was told to take it down. He probably wasn't supposed to do that. And they were like, hey, dude, we're actually going to be revealing some stuff tomorrow. Can you take that down? We weren't trying to do something. And I think Alex Ross just pulled the trigger on something. But it was kind of funny because, some of the people that are not so happy about this movie thought he was calling them out, but he wasn't. And then, of course, when he wasn't, they just, what? I didn't think anything. No, but I think he just pulled the trigger too much. And then, of course, James Gunn did, when somebody asked him what was the inspiration behind the design of the suit, if you don't mind me asking. And he, of course, said Alex Ross. So that's good. So we're getting some Alex Ross inspiration right there. So that's what a lot of these artists are actually doing, these concept artists that are making right now. They're trying to look at maybe what he's doing and then, of course, putting the new thing on the chest. And what artists have been doing is absolutely just freaking awesome. Just awesome. So let's look at some of that. Okay, and then we'll get to some debunkings that he has too. So this one, this artist right here, this is probably the best ones, I think. I think when it comes to concept art for the new Superman suit, I think right here, this is probably my favorite that I've seen. And he's got a couple of different flavors, I guess you could say, of the suit. So we got Job Hutz right here. He's a filmmaker, CGI artist, concept artist. He's got these right here. That looks really beautiful. I like that. New 52 kind of inspired right there. I think that's the way to go. No trunks. It's got the belts. I like the color scheme. It's got a darker blue. And, of course, you got the logo right there. You've got a little bit of that collar action happening right there. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to do the collar action. And then, of course, when it comes to Alex Ross inspired, the cape, even the way the cape looks, when it's like going into the suit right there, kind of how Ross does it. And then here's the one with trunks. So, you know, I mean, it works. It's fine. But, you know, they're a little too boxer briefy, I guess you could say. I don't know. But the belt looks kind of cool. But, yeah, you have that. And then you had this right here. This was like his first concept. So a little lighter blue. And, of course, the undies look a little bit more like undies, which this actually looks better, I think. I think that kind of undies with that belt actually looks pretty cool. So that's what he had when it came to those. But I think, yeah, the new 52, like, look right there without the trunks. The new 52 version, I would hope that, but there's going to be undies. You just know there's going to be frickin' undies. Just make it work, as long as they make it work. All right. And then, of course, we have some other art right here. Let's see. I'm just looking at all the different ones that I might have. Okay, I think that's it. Well, there's this poster right here. This is a cool poster made by, let's see, what is it? Artmentry? Is that art? I think it says Artmentry. I see it's Optmentry. I don't know. Sometimes I can't read the watermark right there, but that's cool, showing the shirt rip right there. This one's really cool. This is by Amuse. And it's got the Lex Luthor newspaper. I think we've seen this one before we actually got the logo. And so we put Mr. Nicholas Hoult in there, and then, of course, put the new logo with the texture. And then everybody was tossing around this one. This was from Clay Mann, who made this art. And this looks really cool. I like how it has the cast photo on the TV right there. Taking inspiration, I think, from a comic book shot. So that was pretty sweet. And then if you wanted to see, this is from Manuel B. Jar Webb, whatever. He made like the actual, just taking what we saw and just created his own little logo right here with the texture and everything. And it looks pretty cool. Like I said, I like that it's inspired by 3 different kinds of Superman logos right there. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby. And then, of course, Davi right here. Davi! He made a cover for, of course, Perry White, our new Perry White, which, of course, is Mr. Wendell. Wendell Pierce. Playing Perry White, which we, of course, got announced last week. So there you go. Time to debunk. Blah, blah, blah. Just totally choked on my words there. But time to debunk some bullshit when it comes to Superman. And the first one, which I couldn't believe that people actually believed it, and it had to do with the budget. Oh, my God. There it is. Hey, James, this article says your Superman budget is $364 million. Absolutely not. How in the world do they think they know what our budget is? Because it's the internet, James. And when it's on the internet, people will believe it. And when people want to believe that your movie is ridiculous and it's going to cost all this money and bankrupt Warner Brothers, who they hate so much, and they hate you and they hate this movie, they're going to believe it, and they're going to post the misinformation. And again, I even saw, there's people who make videos that are putting this out because, I don't know, have some integrity. I don't know. That's it. That's the thing. Have some integrity when this stuff is out there. Research. Think about it. Okay? Just because you like read it in something, okay, yeah, just believe it right there. Yeah, because how would anybody actually know what the budget is? Now, whatever the budget ends up being, which hopefully it should be like below $200 million, of course that budget's gonna, whatever they post, because anytime the studio puts a budget number out there, you can probably tack on about $50-60 million. They're not gonna put the actual number out there, because they always, it's always more than what they actually report. Sure, I get that. But $364 million, get the fuck out of here. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's see. And then, of course, let's see, there was another one. And then we have this story that I think was put out there by Miss Grace. I wish I had my drop, but my drops aren't working. But yeah, Miss Grace Randolph. The plot of Superman will reportedly focus on Lex Luthor setting up Superman as a villain, causing other heroes, Hawk Girl, Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, to fight him. And James Gunn said, nope. Sorry, Grace. Not today. He's not having it. Well, what could you say? You can't all be right. They can't all be right. And then there was this. He didn't need to do this. Jimmy Guns, you didn't need to do this. And this is where I throw the criticism out there, because like sometimes he just gets a little too thumb happy when he's on threads and he's debunking stuff, which I appreciate him debunking stuff like the budget thing and like the story, the rumored story from Grace. But when it comes to the fake Superman photo that surfaced the day of, that somebody put out there, he didn't need to like go this hard. He didn't need to go this hard on debunking it. Let's see. Can the man on the left take a photo holding an amorphous black blob while looking through an eyeball on the front of his cap? Can the man on the right's torso grow out of his right hip? And can he be stupid enough to wear his pants with the drawstring in the back? Are David Cornsweat's hands made of wax without any bones or veins? And might Superman's trunks be knitted with yarn? Ask yourself these questions, and I'm certain you'll be able to answer the question on your own. I mean, all right, that's fine. I mean, he's having fun, I guess. It's like there was no need. I mean, somebody already like asked him, and then he said no. He said, come on. He was like, come on. But then he went hard on that. It's like, you don't need to do that. And it's kind of funny, too, because they are shooting right now. And he really hasn't let up. So I'm kind of wondering, because I thought once they started shooting the damn movie, he was going to kind of relax a little bit. Doesn't seem like he's relaxing all that much. But then again, he might be bored up there in Norway, which is where they're shooting right now. Norway. Yes, that's right. We're going to get some Fortress of Solitude scenes that are likely being shot right now. So that's cool. Up in Norway, not on a set. That's great. So that's apparently what they're doing. But yeah, he didn't need to go that hard. But hey, it's fun, right? It's fun. It's fun stuff. Anyways, okay. I think that was pretty much it when it came to the Superman logo and people talking about it. But yeah, just I swear, some of the people that just keep on believing every little bad thing that's going to be coming out, and they just want to put it out there. And you know what? It's like, hey, I could easily, if I wanted to, I could easily change the way that I do my videos and my streams, and completely go and just try to shit on this movie and be like, you know what? Fuck this movie. I'm Snyder all the way, and just put out videos and videos, and I probably increase views. But again, I have a little thing called integrity. And I'm a nerd, and I don't agree with everything that's happening when it comes to all this. And it's been a shit show when it comes to Warner Brothers and everything like that. But at the same time, I could still be excited for new things, right? Okay. I don't love James Gunn. I don't hate him. I've said that so many times. But my God, when I see some people that just hate him so much, they're just like, ugh. But no. It's like not even Zack's like that. Integrity is a concept that many don't have. Yeah, it's really sad. They just want to shit on everything. What's going on, Axel? Good to see you. Good to see you. New 52 collar is gross. We'll see. I mean, I remember there was like talks about possibly him having the collar for the costume, but probably won't happen. Who knows? It's just going to be interesting. How do you know Alex is not calling out Gunnachio? He wasn't. Did Gunnachio debunk? No. He said that he's inspired by it. See, again, so got Mendez right here. He wasn't calling him out. Why would he call him out when, just look at his Twitter. He's been retweeting the Superman logo and art from the Superman logo and even screenshots, the screenshot where James Gunn said it's inspired by Alex Ross. I know you guys want everybody to hate James Gunn, but it's just not happening. I'm sorry. I mean, when it actually happens, okay, cool. But no, he's not calling him out. Relax, don't do it when you want to go through it. Relax, don't do it when you want to All right. All right, let's get off the the Superman talk right now. Let's get into some Rebel Moon talk. Oh, is that? Oh, Gunachio. Oh, I thought that's what it was. Oh, because he lies. Everything he does is he lies about everything. I forgot that. I forgot that he lies about everything. Everything is a lie. The budget's actually $600 million. It's crazy. He's a madman. Oh, okay. Gunachio. I see. Oh, I read it as like, I totally just sounded it out like an idiot. He lies. When do you think we will get the full look? Like, I don't know. Probably not for a little bit. They got to do it before they shoot outside. If they shoot anything outside, they're gonna have to like do it. Did I not? Yeah. All right. Hold on a sec. I think I forgot to. Where is it at? There it is. That one right there. All right. Let's get this right here. All right, let me see something because I marked down a couple of spots. Yeah, there we go. Zack Snyder, Rebel Moon. That's right, Rebel Moon, baby. As I like to say, we're like what? Next month we get part 2 of Rebel Moon, the PG-13 cuts, which again, yes, there's a bunch of mixed reviews when it comes to it, and of course how they're handling it, which it's been explained many, many times by Zack and by what they were actually going for when it came to why they have the PG-13 cuts and then, of course, the director's cuts. And, you know, I mean, he explains it in this interview that he had on the Minutemen, on the Minutemen stream right here, a podcast, basically saying, like, you know, the reason again. But he did talk about when we're going to get those director's cuts, those R-rated director's cuts. So let's go ahead and just, like, jump right into this thing right here. Let's see. Where are we at?
That's what we're working on primarily right now is PG-13.
Here we go. All right. Let's make sure I got it here. So take it away, Zack.
Part 2, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
fantastic. Fantastic.
Okay.
So,
Awkward silence.
yeah, we're just finishing now. We're almost all done with the PG-13, and we're working on the director's cuts, as we go. So, I mean, that's what we're working on primarily right now is finishing the director's cuts. The two, and those will come out probably on the same day.
Same day.
Later.
Oh, yes.
We don't have a date. We don't have a date yet, but I think it's going to be, in the summer.
Amazing. Wow. A nice double feature.
There you go. Double feature. That's right. So apparently summertime. Summertime is when we're going to get the director's cuts, and they're going to come out on the same day. So you can have like basically 6 hours of Rebel Moon, R-rated, hardcore, crazy action. Supposed to be, different kinds of movies and anything. That's going to be a nice little double feature. Again, I know some people are just like, I'm not even going to watch part 2, the PG-13 version. That's fine. But, sometime this summer, they don't have a date. I'm sure they'll announce it. But that's when we're supposed to be getting those two versions. And that's cool that it's on the same day. I do like that. And then let's see right here. When he starts talking about this again.
Sort of, I think slowly over time, we've gotten into this, our brand if you will, or our the way we make films and the way we think about making movies is like very much like it's like now I think the thesis is try and make movies that have no business existing. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's as we look at it, like these movies, the hardcore versions of all my movies shouldn't exist. And I think that's fun for fans and fun for audiences to see a movie that really, from sort of a economic standpoint and sort of a, like, if you were green lighting a movie, these movies shouldn't have been made the way that I really want to make them. But I do feel like over time, you realize that that's the best version of the movie, and that's the movie that, you know, people want to see. So it's an interesting sort of experiment, if you will, in how you present material and how you. I mean, the cool thing about in this case, you know, like I was able to negotiate and sort of make a great deal, I think, with Netflix, and they were really actually very courageous and honorable to take on this concept where I made, if I could make them a PG-13 version of the movie that's close to 2 hours long out of this insanity that I thought of, then they would let me do whatever I want with the director's cuts. And that was a pretty cool, I think it's a cool thing for them to, you know, go into like right away. I sort of conceptually, they went into it knowing that, which I thought was really, really cool. And frankly, since I knew that, it made it really kind of a different experience, something I've never done before, where I knew I had the director's cuts sort of in my pocket. And so I felt a little bit more freedom, I guess, if you.
Freedom! See? I mean, that's the thing. I know, I get that people are not liking the concept, and maybe in the long run, it probably maybe is not the best way to market these movies, but still, when you hear from him and how it all, you know, came to be, it just seems like it was at least the way to go. And again, I look at it as, hey, getting 4 Zack Snyder films right here. And let's hear some more.
The flashlight shines on her face, and she.
Oh yeah. So if you guys want to hear, so we're gonna change it up to Sucker Punch, and he talks about the Sucker Punch director's cut, which we all want to see as well, because, you know, just director's cuts. I know it seems like, yeah, Zack Snyder director's cuts, but he actually talks about the original ending when it comes to Sucker Punch.
Crab blue, and what are you doing? And the cop does it, you know, he does shine the flashlight on her, but what happens is the flashlight shines on her face, and she there's like a long moment where she looks like serene, and then she starts singing that song, Ooh Child, right? And then the set breaks apart. The whole bathroom like lifts and breaks apart, and she stands up out of the chair, and the camera does a big 360-degree dolly move around the back of her, and we look, and now we see she's standing on stage, and, you know, she's in all the characters that have died are in the audience, and everybody's there, and everyone sings. That all the girls come out and sing with her, and it's like the beginning. But one of the things is that earlier in the movie, in the very first scene where we come in, and Sweet Pea's like says, when she's like, stop. Like, I can't, like, what is this? This isn't sexy. She and Gorski have the conversation about, and in the conversation, she says, like, you know, it would be better. Can I pitch you an ending for the show? It would be better if it was like a musical number, you see, because like a song for the very end, because people love a song at the end, because it makes them think that everything's okay. You know, And Gorski's like, I don't know, it's not really, it's kind of it's kind of rude because like she's still like insane. It's rude to have a song, and she goes, it doesn't matter, the audience the audience and the critics are fickle, and they have short memories, and if they thought they felt good at the end, then they'll think it was fun, even though it is not. So they have that conversation like way at the beginning of the movie. So anyway.
Yeah. So there's that original ending. That sounds awesome. Because, it's not exactly a happy ending, but it ends with a song number, and you have everybody who died in the story there, and they all sing and dance with her, and it's going to be a cool, like, panning around shot of the whole stage. Just, yeah. Release a Snyder punch. Yes. Can we do that, please? Release the frickin' Snyder punch.
But yeah.
Oops. Yeah. So good job on the Minutemen on there for talking to Zack, and that was a good interview right there. I suggest you guys watch it. Just type in Minutemen interview Zack Snyder. So go ahead and check that out. Yeah, upbeat ending, man. So that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. But as for the whole Rebel Moon stuff, it's like, well, we're getting it. Summertime. Box office. Well, you guys showed up to the movie theater, to the IMAX, hopefully, and saw Dune Part 2, because this movie did some gangbusters, man, did some numbers. And I'm wondering if the numbers have been updated on Box Office Mojo. Yes, they have. Sweet. Because sometimes Box Office Mojo, they get the early numbers, and then there's like an update in the midday, and sometimes they don't update their stuff, even though they're Box Office Mojo. You got to be on top of that. It's just literally your whole website. But yes, people showed up for Dune Part 2, and hopefully you guys did. Like I said, I plan on seeing it again, hopefully this week. But that's the thing. It's like, okay, first week in box office numbers. All right, how big are they going to be? And then, of course, we always wonder about the second weekend drop. But right now, we're just we're all hyped for the first weekend box office numbers, because, again, the first one had the pandemic to deal with, and everybody seemed to love that movie. But I think, actually, the fact that people saw it on streaming and were able to enjoy it on streaming, it helped this box office. And then I'm kind of wondering, when it finally goes on the video, how well it does when it comes to streaming. But here's the numbers right here. Dune Part 2, $82.5 million doll hairs. That's right. Hey, good on Warner Brothers, right? But I think Legendary gets a big chunk when it comes to this. Like I said, it's the only big one, new one that came out this weekend, right on top of the box office right there. 100 million worldwide, or international, so 182.5 worldwide. So not too shabby for a 2-hour and 46-minute movie. And apparently, when it comes to Oppenheimer, it's kind of right there when it comes to Oppenheimer's opening weekend. And guess where Oppenheimer ended up? $950 million. Almost made $1 billion. Now, is that going to happen with Dune? Most likely not, but you just never know. Good word of mouth. I just hope that all the good word of mouth and everything that we're seeing online when it comes to Dune Part 2 actually helps it get close to that. I mean, this movie is going to get nominated for all kinds of awards when it comes to next year's award season, and maybe they'll put it back in the movie theater, because they put the first one back in to get everybody prepared for this one, and it actually did like 29 million. I don't know. It did some great numbers, but the thing is, the IMAX numbers is what a lot of people went out to go see it in, and nobody was trying to see it on a regular screen. I'm not saying that was a majority, but a lot of people flocked to the IMAX screenings to see this movie, because that's just the way to see it. It's shot for IMAX. It's beautiful. The scope of it, just absolutely amazing. Just cannot wait to see it again. But anyways, there you go. There's your box office numbers right there. When it comes to Dune, you gotta love it. But what is this? What is this? Okay, we talked about this a little bit last week, because a lot of people were talking about it when it came to this Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow. And it was just like, what the actual fuck is going on here? And before we start talking about a possible movie based on a part of this experience, let's kind of just do a refresher let's do a refresher on what was actually happening here. And I'll just give you, let's see, there was like a news thing. Here, no, not that one. Where is it at? I know I got it. I got too many freaking tabs, man. Is it that one? No. All right. Well, I thought I had it. I don't have it open. Or is it right there? Nope. Jeez. Got too many tabs, not enough tabs. Let's see. I know I got it. Hollywood Reporter. Where? Okay, here we go. That's the one I wanted. From Sky News right here. All right. So here we go. Just a little refresher. Go ahead and mute the music. I'm not sure what that music is. Anyways, there's the beautiful right here. Police were called in an immersive event. To an immersive event. Becomes frustrated parents had to pay £35 a ticket to go to this little thing right here. An event organized by House of Illuminati promised an enchanting day out. But families were met with plastic props and bouncy castles and backdrops pinned to the walls. So just half-assed. Box Hub and House of Illuminati have been contacted to comment. So that's what the first thing that came out. 35 pounds, I guess, you know, or I don't know how to translate that into whatever the hell, it is in dollars. But yeah, it was basically like you had to pay to get in. The kids were freaked out, and there was a character with a silver face that popped out of a mirror. Silver face in just a black gown and black hair. And scared the shit out of the kids. It looked like a meth lab when it came to a girl that had green hair and Oompa Loompa style wardrobe, and it was just absolutely insane. Let's see. Let me pull up some of those images right there, if you guys want to, for anybody who doesn't know. So here's the image right here of the Oompa Loompa. So that's what she looks like. And yes, she looks like she's cooking crack. Or meth, I should say. She doesn't look like she wants to be there. Her face says it all. She looks a little sleepy, maybe. And then, of course, here's the dude right here.
What is that? It's the unknown.
And the kids start screaming. But what's funny is, let's see, where's it at right here? Yep, not that. Oh, man, I can't find anything today. There we go. This is the girl right here who plays the character, the unknown, and she apologized.
Hello, it's Felicia, and this is my official unknown face reveal. So, Hello, I'm Felicia. I'm 16, and I am the unknown. First of all, I am a ghetto. Sorry to disappoint. Second of all, this is actually my real hair.
But that's real hair.
No, okay. Third of all, don't worry. I have proof that I am the real unknown. Don't worry about that. Here's proof number one, I suppose.
Anyways, we don't have to watch the whole thing, but she apologizes. She apologizes for that. But then the plot thickens even more, because now we apparently have a horror movie about the Willy Wonka experience titled The Unknown in the works. The film follows a couple haunted by the death of their son, Charlie, as they escape to the remote Scottish Highlands, where an unknowable evil awaits them. This is reported by Bloody Disgusting, but community notes. That's right. We got a community note right here from Twitter. The production company cited in the article, Caledonia, probably saying that wrong, pictures did not exist 3 days ago. Their website, caledoniapictures.com, is email only. The website for the project, whatistheunknown.com, was registered 4 hours later. Caledonia Pictures is not a registered UK company. So it's probably all bullshit. But then again, with everybody's been talking about this for so long, maybe it'll turn into something, but most likely that report is not right. Not correct. Absolutely not correct. So don't worry. I don't think we're going to get a Willy Wonka Experience, The Unknown movie. But then again, who knows? The guys who are making, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey probably be all over this. Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah. Don't take your kids to that. It's funny because we were talking about it on the Vodka stream. I mean, they couldn't use the Willy Wonka logo. So when you see like boxes of the chocolate bars, it just says chocolate bar, and it looks like a Willy Wonka chocolate bar. It just doesn't say Wonka on it. They tried their darndest. It's pretty funny. Willy Wanker, Willy Wankers. But yeah, so don't worry. I don't think there's not gonna be a movie. We don't have to worry about that. I wouldn't put it past Hollywood though, right? I mean, would we not put it past Hollywood? So, pardon you. Didn't they also do the Fire Festival? No, I don't know if did they also do the Fire Festival? That was a shit show too. So it was the whole experience thing was a Borat style troll. That would be funny if they did something like that and they had some kind of Borat style or whatever the hell. That would have been a lot better than what they actually got. But anyways. All right, let's go to some Twitter questions. We'll go ahead and wrap up the stream. All right, we got Axel right here. Dave, did you ever read the script for George Miller's Justice League Mortal film? I didn't read the script. I just saw things and heard some of the bullet points from it. I'm doing drawings of it at the moment in the style of anime. You can find the script online and videos of it. Yeah, I haven't read like the entire thing. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that looks good. That looks pretty good too. I like how the cape goes into the emblem. Although the actual photos of what's his name in the Superman costume, and they look very pajamas. They look very like it was pajamas, like pajama material right there. Why is his nose bloody? I guess that's part of the story, huh? So that's interesting. That Talia. Good job. Good work, Axel. I like it. I dig it. Tet, just rewatched The Flash. Did you catch the part where Keaton says Gotham is the safest city on Earth now? Yeah, I did. I guess that's because he killed all the criminals, maybe. Maybe it was a better Flashpoint Batman replacement than I thought. Yeah, I was like, how could Gotham be one of the safest cities with just him doing it? And I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Eric, I'm very curious about how David Lin will handle this two versions approach with Zack when he takes over with the Netflix movies. Will he go, gee, maybe the PG-13 cuts should have a purpose, like a theatrical release? Nah, I doubt it. I don't think he's going to release them in theaters like that. I highly doubt it. Mr. Nobody, I wonder if this new Superman suit will be bulletproof because it feels like Henry Cavill's suit was very Kryptonian-based and bulletproof. The only time we saw it get damaged was when fighting Doomsday. I like to think a simplistic yet modern look for the new Superman. So you like that? Yeah, it'll probably be bulletproof. Yeah, usually they all are. The bullets don't penetrate the suit. But it's going to be interesting, like, how it was made. Did his mom make it? I don't know. But then again, if his mom made it, then it shouldn't be bulletproof, right? Unless she just has that material. Braden, hey, Dave, 2 years ago today, the Batman came out in theaters. Crazy. 2 years ago, and we still don't have a script update for Batman Part 2. Oy. Hoping that we get some update on the Batman Part 2. I just need to know when they start filming. I'm just getting worried about the Batman Part 2. Yeah, a lot of us are kind of getting worried, but hey, we can let Reeves take his time. Oh, yeah, I saw this right here, Jacob. James Gunn, after realizing that he can name it Superman because the Donner one is called Superman the Movie. Yeah. And then this clip right here of from Smallville, which I'm sure there's something. I'm sure the context is something different than what it actually looks like. Like I said, I just never got into Smallville. So I don't know. Devon Wooter, hey Dave, I just watched Dune 2, like Jesus Christ. Films is so incredible. Do you have a favorite scene? And what is your opinion in the title Superman? And I don't know why people hate the logo, and I really like Mission Impossible 2. I just confuse why people hate it. Yes, I will always be a defender of Mission Impossible 2. It's John Woo, man. It's the Woo Man. Favorite scene in Dune Part 2, I think like when Paul first rides the sandworm. I thought that scene was awesome. I think that might have been my favorite scene, was that one. So, and then people are always going to hate the logo. They're just going to hate it. It's whatever. Darkness Under the Wind. Dave, who do you think will be the first or only big hero to sacrifice himself in the end of this first saga of the DCU? Batman or Superman? Do we have to have somebody sacrifice? We don't need that. Plus, you're talking about the two big hitters. I don't know if they'll do that. I kind of hope they don't, you know? I mean, like, you know, we already had, you know, in the beginning of the Snyderverse, we had Superman sacrifice, which was great because it was a cool journey. But, I mean, I guess you could always bring him back or them back or do, like, a version of, like, Final Crisis thing where Batman gets zapped. We think he's dead, but he just gets zapped through time. I don't know. Could be something like that, too. I don't know. But if I had to choose, they probably would go with Batman this time. But we don't need to have that. We don't need to have that. All right, guys. That's the end of the show today. I appreciate you guys clicking in and spending some time with me. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you want to become a member, support the channel, do so. Do a members-only stream after every Wednesday stream. And, of course, you can follow me on all the sock meds around me. And, of course, support the channel also on the Patreon if you want to do that as well. And I appreciate you guys. Share the stream. I mean, there might not be a stream on Wednesday because something's happening on Wednesday, but playing it by ear, so just giving you a warning right now that there might not be a stream on Wednesday after I just said after Wednesday. But I'm just saying, play it by ear. I'll let you guys know for sure. But anyways, guys, love ya. So I might see you Wednesday. If not, well, I'll see you sometime later. Bye-bye.